Hey guys, it's Carrie with Mama Dares DIY, and I really want to thank y'all for tuning into my channel today. Now, if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say welcome back, my friend. Or if this is your first visit to my channel, I'll give you a big hello. I don't normally carry plungers around with me when I get ready to do a project, but y'all, today's video is all about using a plunger, and I promise I'm not going to show you how to unstop a toilet with this. I'm going to show you a fun DIY project, and yeah. So if you enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up because that would mean the world to me. I truly appreciate all my fans. And also be sure you're subscribed and you've got your notifications turned on. Notifications, if they're not enabled, you are going to miss out on all of the fun. So hit the subscription button, hit the follow notifications button, whatever you call it, that other little button down there. I forget what it's called. Anyway, and also check out my blog, mamadaresdiy.com, because I've got tons and tons of fun stuff that happens over there that you're not going to see anywhere else, not even on YouTube. So y'all, I'm ready. Let's do this. Stay tuned. We're going outside. It's a sunny, sunny day today. I've got to go put my sunglasses on because here in Florida, the sun is beaming today, even though it is officially fall. So stay tuned, y'all. Y'all, I warned you it was bright and sunny out here today, and I did not lie. Before we get started on this video, y'all hear me talk about my cat a lot, and I want y'all to meet somebody else that I love. This is my puppy, Diesel. Diesel, Diesel, sit down. See it? Can you say hi? See it? Sit down. Look. There's Diesel. This is my puppy Diesel, but he has to go up right now because I cannot work when he's outside. He just gave me a big giant kiss on my face, and yeah, so now I've got Diesel's over on my face. I'm gonna go put him up, and we are gonna be back to do this project, so stay tuned. Okay, y'all, I hope y'all can see what I'm doing here. So for this project, we're gonna need a plunger from the Dollar Tree. We're also gonna need 3 of the little styrofoam carvable pumpkins. We're going to need a piece of styrofoam from the Dollar Tree. We're also going to need a bucket from the Dollar Tree. Now, I am going to be painting this bucket, so I'm going to be using my Miracal silver paint. And I'm also going to be drilling some holes in this. You'll see why in just a second. So, before I paint it, I want to go ahead and drill my holes. Y'all are probably really wondering what in God's name I'm doing with this. Just stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna need some holes, and I'm gonna drill my holes about on that first line. And I'm gonna drill holes on 3 sides. Okay, that was easy enough, wasn't it? Okay, now I'm gonna run over here and I'm gonna spray paint this with my silver paint. And then I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and start on our pumpkins while my bucket is drying over there. Now, for this next part, you can do it 2 different ways. I'm gonna use my pumpkins to do live plants. So, because I'm using live plants, I'm gonna need to put drain holes in the bottom of my pumpkins. If you're gonna go for silk plants, then you're not gonna need the drain holes. But if you're going for live plants, you're gonna want to put you some drain holes in there. And it's super easy to do. Okay, so let's take the tags off of these and take out the stems. It is so pretty today, y'all. Okay, so now I've decided to put mums in my little pumpkins. And I'm going to have 1 that's going to sit in the top, and then I'm going to have 2 that are kind of cocked over to the side a little bit. So I'm just going to use my marker, my little Sharpie, and this one I think I can just cut probably on the circle that is in the center, so I'm not going to need to mark that one. But for these, I'm going to want to cut, I want to kind of mark where it's gonna go here. And if you get outside the lines, it's no big deal. But I do want to tell you, these pumpkins are they're like cut down the middle. So when you do your line, make sure that you do on a half side and not on that little line, or else it's gonna make it difficult to cut. So cut, you know, one of the halves. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark the other one. And they don't have to be in the same spots. It's all right. Have y'all figured out what we're gonna do yet? Did I give it away when I started doing when I showed you the plants? I probably did. Oh well. Okay, now I will fast forward through all of this because I know y'all do not want to hear me cutting this cardboard. So bear with me, it is gonna fast forward. Okay, so now the next part that we are going to be doing is cutting the holes for our pumpkins to slide down on our little plunger here. And I just take my plunger to mark my hole. You want this to kind of be snug. Like, you don't want this hole to be big. You want to be able to put your plunger over it. And you want it to be snug, because when we put these on here, they're not going to need any sort of support because they're just going to hold up by themselves. Okay, for this one, I do want this one to sort of set off center a little bit. I actually want both of them to set off center a little bit. So I'm going to kind of carve this one on a slight angle. Just remember, don't cut your hole too big. Okay, now we're also going to need a hole for the top to come out of, because the top one because it's going to come straight through the center here, but this one's not. So we're going to need to cut a hole into, y'all, my pumpkin almost took a swim in the bowl. Jeez. That's actually why I put off doing this project for so long, because I actually filmed this inside and it did not go so well. So I thought I had to do it outside to make things easier. And yeah, the wind has just been too crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to do another one. This is the last one. And I kind of want this to set a little angled. So I'm going to put my exit hole kind of at the side versus in the center. So I'll just kind of take my knife and push up through there, and that kind of gives me the angle that I want it to go. Okay, can y'all see it taking shape? Sorry. And then the top one is just going to sit down just like this. And this is going to be an adorable little planter. Did y'all guess that that's what this was? Okay, now my bucket is still drying, but while that's drying, we're going to move this party inside because it is way too hot to be painting outside. And I'm going to kind of tone down this weird fluorescent orange here. We're going to give it a more chic, nice color. And hopefully it'll go as planned. Okay guys, for this next part, I'm actually not going to be able to show you on camera how I did it because my tripod is set up outside and it's already at the perfect angle, and I'm afraid I won't be able to get that back. But I can walk you through this really easy. So to paint the pumpkins, I used 3 colors. I used the light orange, I used an orange, and I used a bright yellow. And all I did was put the colors in my plate. And I took a little chip brush, just the little cheap, you know, dollar brushes from, I think they sell these at Dollar Tree. And just sort of dab on my colors. Now I did the regular orange, I did all over and even on the inside here too. And then I took the light orange and I hit the high spots. So the top of the ridges of your pumpkin is what I hit with the light orange. And I didn't cover it completely. If you can see, you can still see some of the darker orange showing through the bottom. And then the bright yellow, I took a paintbrush and I put some bright yellow paint on it. And I just sort of used my finger to flick it around and to kind of give it that splatter technique. So you can see the difference here between the two. It's not a huge difference, but it definitely is a toned down version. So I'm sorry I did not get to get that on camera for you, but there was just no way possible that I could get that camera set back up again. So forgive me, don't slaughter me. I'm sorry. Okay, y'all, so my bucket is all dry, and now we're ready to move on to the next step. And for this step, we're going to need some plaster of Paris, and we're going to be using our styrofoam block. I tried doing this without the plaster of Paris because originally my thought was, oh, I'll just, you know, stick the plunger down in here and, you know, that'll be that. It'll hold and everything will be gravy. Well, guess what? That did not work. Can y'all hear me over the wind? We'll see. So I had to move on to plan B. I really should end up showing y'all those bloopers from the first one because they're hilarious. Maybe I'll link them at the end of this video. Okay. So we're going to unscrew the plunger from our stick, but don't do anything with this. Keep this because I've got another project I'm going to do with this. So I'm going to take my styrofoam. I'm just going to put a little E6000. It's probably not needed because our plaster of Paris is going to hold this in place, but you know, I kind of like E6000. Wind is crazy today. Okay, so we're just going to put that down in our bucket. If I had an extension cord, I'd probably put a hot glue gun down in here too. I mean some hot glue down in here, but I don't have an extension cord out here. But see, I just stuck my little foam block down in here. Okay, I guess I should have cut my hole first. Just kidding, no hole needed. Okay, so now we just plunged our plunger down inside our block. And to mix up your plaster of Paris, you can put it in a bowl or a bucket or whatever. I happen to have this little container left over from some Simply Lemonade. So I measured off 2 parts of my plaster, and I'm going to add 1 part water to this. And I'm just going to shake it. At least that's my thought process anyway. Let's see if it works. I have never done this before. Guess I need to make sure my top's on good. This should probably help it from drying out too fast too, which I guess is kind of brilliant on my part, huh? I can be smart sometimes. Okay, so now I'm just going to take and pour my plaster of Paris inside my bucket, but just be careful and don't let your holes that we drilled earlier get covered up. So you want just enough that's going to set this in place, but not enough that's going to cover up your holes, because those holes are going to be our drain holes. My cat's at the window wanting out. Okay, so now this has to set up and dry. But plaster of Paris sets up pretty fast. I mean, usually in like 20 or 30 minutes. This stuff is set hard enough as so you can start working with it. So I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna let this dry. Write it down, I'm letting it dry. And my pumpkins are drying too. So we're gonna take just a quick break and we'll be back to put it all together. Okay, now our pumpkins are dry and so is our plaster of Paris that's inside here. And I need to put something inside here so it does not blow away. I'll stick my sunscreen inside my pumpkin. Y'all, the wind is brutal today. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put my soil. So I'm just taking some of my Miracle Grow potting soil and I'm going to put some in the bottom of here. Y'all, we just got a crazy bust wind. And there's a helicopter too. This is why I don't film outside. Okay, I'm not even gonna worry about this little tag showing. Let's wait for the helicopter to pass by. Okay. Okay, I'm not even going to worry about this tag showing because I'm going to have it all covered up anyway, so it's not going to matter. So I'm just going to slide these pumpkins straight over through our holes, and I will fast forward this so you don't have to listen to the sound of the styrofoam screeching. Okay, look how cute that is. Now I will mention, you can see here, I didn't really like where this middle one was going. I didn't like that it was straight up and down, so I did make me another hole here. But no worries, because I'll just throw in the old stem in its place and you'll never even see that hole. So which way ever you want your, your pumpkins to go is totally up to you, but I wasn't happy with it setting straight up. Okay, so now it's time to plant. So I've got mums here. I've got white mums, and I picked these up from Walmart. They were $1.48 a piece. And I'm going to put white mums in all three of my little planters here. I watered these this morning so they're nice and wet. I'll go back and wipe my pumpkins down so that they're not so dirty. Okay, now this is the main part done, but I can't leave it like this. I want to add in a little bit more. Let me push this back so y'all can see. The bottom looks kind of naked, so I think I want to add in some Dusty Miller. I really like the Dusty Miller. I picked these up from Walmart too. No, actually, these came from Lowe's. But this is just a little 6-pack of Dusty Miller. Dusty Miller gets kind of big. So, it may look like it's down in here, but it's going to get bigger. Little cabbages would also be cute in here. I'm a fan of the cabbages. They're kind of hard to find here in Florida though, but in Mississippi where I'm from, everybody plants cabbages. I'm thinking I'm going to put a yellow mum back here just for a little bit more color. This side is kind of bare. So I'm just going to throw this guy in right here. Now, another thing that I've got that I want to put in here, I've got some little cuttings from some frilly ruffles ferns from my yard. So I'm just going to throw these guys in here like this. I kind of like that. And up here at the top, I might add some more stuff from my yard. Now, this is mint. I picked this mint out of my yard. So I'm just going to throw some mint back here too. I love fresh mint. And all this is going to kind of grow in together. I'll stick some mint in the front here. Now, something else that I have in my yard, I cut this back a lot, and it's actually called lemon ball sedum. It's really neat, but literally this stuff will grow anywhere. This has actually been out of my cut off of the plant, and it's been just kind of hanging out in my garage for a couple of days here with no water or anything. I'm just going to kind of add this to my little pumpkins just for some color. And I like the way that this kind of trails down. I'll stick one over in this guy. And another thing that I have in my yard, this is called ice plant, and it's really neat. This stuff will pretty much grow into the cracks. You can't kill this stuff. And literally all you do is pinch it off of your plants and stick it down in your dirt. But it puts off little pink flowers, and I just love them. I think they're so cute. I hope this looks okay from y'all's angle. I can't really tell. Okay, we need something else right here. What can I plant here? I think I'll go in with some more lemon ball sedum over there. I love this stuff. And these cuttings look kind of raggedy because, like I said, they have been in my garage for a couple of, well, probably more than a week. But once this stuff takes hold, you can't even get rid of it. It grows anywhere. Maybe I'll have some growing out the side here, just for fun. I'll put a little ice plant down in there. It kind of growing out the side. And y'all, this Dusty Miller is going to get bigger. So I know it looks like it's kind of sitting down inside there, but it grows pretty quick. I do have a little hole here where you can see the pole. And that doesn't really bother me, but if it bothers you, just take some sphagnum moss and just kind of stick in between there. And that just kind of hides it. I'll stick a little moss in between here. When I get it back inside, I'll probably stick a little hot glue down in there, just so it doesn't go anywhere. And once all of our cuttings take root, it's all going to fill in and it's not going to look so bare down here at the bottom. But I will throw a few more little pieces down in there. But isn't this cute? It's just a fun little floral arrangement for fall. Now, if you decide you're going to go with the faux succulents, you could totally just fill your bottom with your Spanish moss, and that would be really neat too. But y'all, I think I'm done with this. What do y'all think? I love it. Let me move all of this so you can see. And I'll give it a little spin for you. Let's move all of our junk. Let me give it a little 360-degree view here. Okay, y'all, now that I've got two finished, I want to show you a little trick that you can make it Halloween-fied, or I guess you can transform it to Halloween. So let's see what we need. So we're going to take one of these little witch hat headbands from the Dollar Tree. And we're also going to take one of the headbands with the little witch's feet on it. This is really easy. Just cut this off. Get rid of the tags. Okay, I'm not a fan of all this meshy stuff that's going on here, so I'm going to actually take that off along with all the tags. But if you like that, leave it. Okay, so now we're left with this. And now we're just going to simply pull up the glue from our headband. If you break your headband, that's okay. We're not keeping it. Okay, so now the headband's off. We've got our cute little hat here. Isn't it cute? I think it's cute. Okay, so you can see how I did this one, and I'm trying to kind of mimic, kind of mirror image these. So I'm just going to take a little dowel and stick my little dowel in here, and then where I left the felt on it, I'm just going to sort of position that over my little dowel. Isn't that cute? Okay. Now this is equally as simple. We're going to cut our little legs off. gonna tuck these down in our little plants. Isn't that a scream? I think it's hysterical. So you can do your feet. I guess they look better like that. Maybe I like the hat better on this side. Yeah, I think I like the hat better on that side. Aren't those adorable? So that, so now this is going to take you into Halloween, and then you can also use them for Thanksgiving and after Thanksgiving too, until it's time to put Christmas decorations out. Isn't that adorable? I just love it. I think they're really cute. It's versatile. And when you get tired of these, just take them out. How easy is that? And that's it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up because that would mean the world to me. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button and also turn your notifications on because that way you're going to know every time I upload a new video. I really hope y'all enjoyed this. And until next time, happy DIYing, y'all.